Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to mow off the backside of the pond dam, and since the grade is so steep on the backside of this particular pond, it is a tough job. However, it does look good when we're done, and just like the inner part of the pond, I only have to do that 4 or 5 times a year, and it'll maintain and stay looking good. Now, there was a couple of years that we were working so many hours at work, I let the backside of this pond grow up. It got ahead of me, and I ended up down here with the farm jack and a chain, and it took me 4 days to pull out all of the shrubbery and brush that had started growing up on the backside of this. Simply in 2 years, that stuff had already grown up to 1 inch in diameter and 4, 5, and 6 feet tall. So that is something I won't do again. It'll get mowed at least 4 or 5 times a year. We'll keep it clean, and that was really a tough job. I'm going to walk you down here and I'll show you what we've got going on and why it is so tough to mow. And then we're going to mow it off. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I want to thank you for watching. Let's get started. Now, the first thing that makes this a challenge is this always stays wet down in here. The only way to mow this out is either weed eater or push mower. The zero turn just simply starts cutting ruts in there, and then it'll hold water. So I make sure to mow this out until it dries up with the small mower, and then that way I can cover what I need to do the rest of the year from that point. And the grade on this, we were running that's probably about 8 feet here. But down on the other side of that, now we're dropping into, again, 16, 17, 18 feet of water, and we dug this out into a bowl so it gets shallower on each end, but in the deepest part of the pond is right in the center of it. So in order to keep our pond dam in line and not lose all these lower trees down here, I had to make the pond dam taller and narrower on top. So that ended up with a sharp grade here on the back side of this thing. And again, it's something I can manage. I just simply can't let it get ahead of me, because once it does, it's really tough to catch it back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the push mower, and then we're just simply going to work in a lateral run and mow that right out of there. Okay? Now, I've tried it pushing the lawnmower up and down the hill, and again, because it's so steep, even with a rope attached to it, it really is too much. This is a job. I'm not kidding you. It is a job. But it is one I don't mind to do, so let's get started. swing you guys around. We're going to finish this thing up on the other side of here. You can see I was fighting for traction all the way across through there. That little bit of mud laying up on top of that pond makes that extremely slick. So if you guys are mowing the pond off like this, be careful. I mean, it'd be really easy to turn this lawnmower over, and I always make sure that the safety features is working on it. That way, if it does roll over, it's going to shut itself off as it's sliding down the hill. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to let it just go right on down through there. So I'm glad I only have to do this 4 or 5 times a year. And it is warm out here. All right, guys, let's keep moving. Alright guys, the reason I'm running horizontal lines like this, I would rather this lawnmower turn over and roll away from me than if I was trying to push up the hill, have it roll back onto me if I slid over, or if I was pushing down the hill, slide underneath the lawnmower. I've found this to be the easiest way. We're 25 minutes into it and we're almost done. Okay? Let's keep going. It is hard on your feet though, I'll tell you that, and it is dangerous. first mow for it. And like I said, until this dries up a little bit, this is the only way we have to keep it maintained. And again, running horizontal lines across this like that, I would rather that lawnmower fall away from me than into me. So that's my plan. Well, I was down here mowing. I happened to see that hornet's nest. Look at that. It looks dormant. I'd say all the material's starting to fall away from the nest. Wow. I've been walking back here all winter and never seen that thing. That's another species that can camouflage itself, and I'll tell you, you're stung by one of them before you realize it. You didn't even know you was next to their nest. That's pretty cool. And one more thing I've seen while I was down here is look at the size of that morel mushroom. Now the season's done. It's about to start to dry up. I'm going to try to get my foot down there. I mean, that's a nice size one. I guess the leaves was covering it up just right. And again, something else that can camouflage itself in a wooded area, and a lot of times you'll walk past them and never even know you went through them. I'm glad to have that done. And it got warm today. That's a pretty good sized job. And then naturally, once you start mowing everything out, here comes the bugs, and I mean, they've been bombarding me since we've started the lawnmower. And you guys probably get to see some of that in the footage. But again, it really does make this look nice. And I hope to never have to pull brush off the side of this thing ever again. That was a job. But just 4 or 5 times a year, and I don't have to worry about that. I hope you guys has enjoyed this, and if you are mowing the side of a dam, specifically if it's one that's this deep, be careful. I mean, you already probably know what job's ahead of you. I thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. We still got some mowing to do. We got the whole lower part, keep our trails clean for our videos. Thanks again.